And bloggers, I'm telling you, we kick ass. All right. I've been saying that for years, though. So Chase Norlin from Pixsy.com, and I believe this is ready to go with the internet or not. Go ahead. You can browse there, and I think you'll get there. Yeah, you should be.
Let's make sure it's up. Hi, my name is Chase Norlin. I'm the founder and CEO of Pixsy Corporation. Let's see if we can bring it up. I wonder why it's that size. Yeah, can you do that? It's all small. So this is actually our homepage. So my name's Chase. I'm the founder and CEO of Pixsy Corporation. Pixsy is a next generation media search engine. So what that means is we go out and we aggregate every photo and video thumbnail on the internet that we can get our hands on. So it has the closest analogy there might be almost like a visual Google. And the idea is what you're looking at right here is actually a snapshot of the visual web as we see it today. So our business model is that we aggregate every photo and video thumbnail on the web. We organize all of this material as best as we can in a very unique Ajax-like interface. We break all this material out into categories. And this is all updating because a lot of our content is actually coming through RSS. So what you're seeing is actually a live snapshot of what the web looks like today visually. And our business model is that we go out and we power photo and video search engines for anybody under their brand. So we have a kind of a backlog of demand from publishers that want to run their own photo and video search engines. And what's unique, since we have been able to categorize all this material, is that we can spit out any flavor of photo or video search engine. So we can spit out celebrity photo search engines, funny video search engines, global image search engines. And we are automating that process, meaning that today we power medium and large type websites with image and video search. But we're currently in the process today of automating all of that. So any blogger, anyone who runs their own website can come in and sign up and get their own photo or video search engine. So we said to ourselves, if you look up here, where it says YouTube and stuff, we said to ourselves, why build another video sharing company when I can aggregate every single video sharing company on the web? And that's exactly what we're doing. So we have every YouTube thumbnail, we have every Rever thumbnail, we have every stupidvideos.com, et cetera. Anyone who's built a social network, and that's anyone who's providing thumbnails on the web, we aggregate it and organize it. And that's just one sliver of our business. So the video sharing side is just really one small element. So we're going to see how fast these connections are. We'll click on let's start with the YouTube stuff first here. So one of the things about Ajax, and when you are indexing all this material, you might have seen that little slideshow that's going by right there. And that's a new thing we're announcing today, which is every search query that you perform is actually showing the result set in a very fast-moving slideshow before you even get to the page. So we believe that potentially that could be a new type of ad unit. So you can match any kind of search query. So if you're typing in Amsterdam, for example, you can actually marry that to an Expedia ad. And so this is the latest, greatest form of subliminal advertising. And it's kind of a joke, but it's also kind of true. When you scroll through a ton of fast-moving thumbnails, you remember this stuff. Right now, if you see like a lot of the interstitial ads are out there on the web, people are just sick and tired of seeing all this advertising. It's being shoved down your throat. So when you see these fast-moving thumbnails and you get a glimpse of a brand or you get a glimpse of something, that somehow stays with you. Now, we have no idea how we're going to measure all of that, and we have no idea how we're going to sell that, and how much is going to, would you charge for something like that, but we'll figure it out. So what you're seeing here today really is just, we can do any kind of query. Maybe you guys are in the audience are doing that already. If we type in, let's do the New York Times right there. And that's nice. This is our connection speed. So there's the Apple Inside thing. Kind of, hopefully you caught all that. So right here, this is actually a visual snapshot of today's New York Times. It's kind of an interesting way of looking at the newspaper. This is what's literally happening today with the New York Times. So you can scan through the news, your brain moves a lot faster through the news than reading visually by looking at thumbnails than it does reading text, which is another interesting implementation of this. How much time? 5 minutes, great. So really, in a nutshell, what we're doing here is, like I said, when I first, well, it's actually, hold on, let me back up here. So if you look on the side here, we go through some of our feature sets here. So if you click on arts, for example, so what's happening is with a rich AJAX interface like this, you can categorize all this material really well. So if you look at like Google Images, for example, every single thing that Google Images is doing is not broken out by category. And every single thing that they're doing is based on relevancy. So we said to ourselves, relevance is just one element of what someone is looking for, a photo or a video search. Finding what you're looking for is great, but it's one of many things that we think users should be able to sort through. So if you take RSS, for example, now you can sort by the latest provider, or the latest material, or by provider, or by relevancy. So there should be many different choices in how you search for media. And the point of all this is that media search is about discovery. It's about entertainment, is our philosophy. It's not about necessarily finding exactly what you're looking for. It's a gateway to discover the web in a different type of manner. And I'm going to cut this one short. So this really just gives you a snapshot of what we're doing. Just to kind of reiterate, is that what's unique about us versus a lot of the other media search engines that you see on the web, and there's a lot of stuff happening around video search. And the main thing about this is that we're building an ad network around this. We are building a distribution business around powering photo and video search all across the web. And the reason why that works is because people love to search for photos and videos. And these little thumbnails, all they do is they are just huge click generators. And from a content perspective, every time you click on one of these thumbnails, it actually takes you back to the original source. So if you look at it from the content side, we're actually a value-added distributor, a syndicator of content across the web. Because the New York Times loves the fact that they get free traffic from us, or I hope they do. And they love the fact that they get that from us at this site, and they love the fact that they get that from wherever we power search across the web. So the more we power it, the more we're driving traffic back to all of our content partners. And that is Pixsy. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I got to point it out. I do have to point it out. You'll notice that all these people talking they're not sponsors. So just so you know, this is not any type of paid or anything. They're just new. Ajax today seemed to be fast to me. I had to explain to Ponzi, though, what Ajax was. And I'm trying to, the only way I can explain it is it makes things look like they're loading quicker in the browser. Is that fair?